Testing 1, 2.
Oh, she's here.
See what I mean? Hello.
My Spotify just started on me. I was like, where's this music coming from?
Like, oh, you're rocking out in the back. Nice.
I was like, is this their like intro song? Hey guys, my name is Katelyn Lehner, and this is episode 93 of the Sit Down Podcast.
Muse Canada is a new arts and entertainment media connection and support network. Skip the algorithms of social media and connect with other entertainment professionals across Canada. Sign up today for just $5 a month.
Or you guys can use promo code FunkyMoose2021 and get 10% off membership. Perfect.
Beauty.
Right on. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Yeah.
Man, thank you for having me.
Right on. So you're in Saskatoon, right?
I'm in Saskatoon right now. It is snowing and blowing, and I haven't been outside all day.
Yeah, neither have I. It's so like I live a couple blocks away from Mark here, and tonight was that first window scrape of the window on the windshield,
It's not
right?
fun. There's nothing worse than like waking up in the morning when it's dark out, having to be somewhere and you need to scrape a windshield.
Oh, I know, right?
I used to have a full-time job, and I definitely don't miss getting up in the dark to go out to my car and scrape my window to have to go drive to the city.
And then have to do it again before you drive home in the dark.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
The two-way street. Yeah, it's the worst, man. I remember my university days of like waking up and walking to the bus stop, like freezing cold and waiting, and it's pitch dark. And yeah, no one wants to start a day like that.
Oh man, what the heck are we doing in Saskatchewan? Why are we here?
Why are we doing this?
I know. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, why am I here? Why did my parents choose this place? But it's great, man. Everyone jokes about Saskatchewan, but it's homey, and there's good people here, and there's things to do. I love the prairies are beautiful to me. We have a family farm, and I just love the open space out there. And our sunsets here are like no other. So I like it. It's always going to be home to me.
So is Saskatoon your home or Prince Albert your home?
Prince Albert is my home.
Interesting.
Are you related?
I live in Saskatoon though now.
Are you related to the electricians?
Oh, electricians, man, probably.
Okay.
Probably. My dad's been in PA his whole life, and there's a bunch of cousins and second cousins that kind of web through the city. So yeah, if they're a Lehner, they're probably related somehow.
Right on. I actually grew up not too far from PA in St. Louis is where I grew up.
Cool. Great. Yeah. Lots of
Don't hold it against him.
But hey,
don't hold it against him.
Yeah. A St. Lunatic at heart. So I kind of want to get into it. Like, when did you start like performing, singing, picking up an instrument, all of the above?
Yeah, I've been singing and performing for a really long time. My first time ever on stage, I was 3 years old, and it was at my preschool Christmas concert. I was the Christmas tree. And I remember my mom telling me how she came to pick me up one day and was talking to the teacher, and she was like, yeah, we were talking about our like end of the year, or I guess our Christmas play, and I asked if anyone wanted to be the lead role. And I think I did 2 years of preschool, so this was my like first year when I was only 3, so I was one of the young ones in the class, and apparently my hand just shot up, and I was like, yep, I'll do it.
Nice.
And so the teacher was talking to my mom, and she was just like, do you think she could, like, she said she wanted to, do you think that she can do it? And my mom was like, yeah, probably. So yeah, so that was my first time on stage. I don't really remember it. There's video of it, so that can be dug up, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, that was my first time, and I performed a lot when I was younger, lots of like talent shows and competitions around Prince Albert and the province when I was younger. I did RCM vocal training when I was younger as well. I did that when I was in like grade school and then up into high school a little bit. And so vocally was kind of my like main strong suit, I guess, when I was younger. But I just love performing. I was a gymnast when I was younger. So
wow.
I did a lot of the Prince Albert exhibition talent shows. And I remember when it was time to lead up to those, I had routines where I was singing, I was dancing, I would like put the mic in the stand and like run to the side of the stage and do like a tumbling run.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, yeah, so I just like to perform for people, and I just love being on stage and seeing people happy out there and seeing that what I was doing was I don't know, making people happy and
Right.
contributing to their day. And yeah, I've just kind of always loved it. And I got a guitar for Christmas. I think I was in grade 5 or 6. So guitar came a little later, I guess. But yeah, started playing just mainly so that I could accompany myself and play some little shows here and there. And yeah, that's kind of where it all started.
Nice.
Cool.
Can I ask how old you are?
No.
Yeah,
please
I
clarify.
am 26.
25. Okay.
26.
So the reason I was asking is because I remember like the Country North shows in Prince Albert, but
Yeah.
that was like late 90s, early 2000s. So I was trying to figure out if you would have been performing at one of those or not.
Yeah, I don't think I have done any of the Country North shows, but I was definitely performing around that time. So
Right.
probably somewhere.
Yeah. Well, because it kind of tied in with the exhibition things. It was like around the same time as the acts.
I think it
competed.
was. I remember going to some shows when I was younger. So yeah, maybe it just, I don't know, again, kind of same week schedule type thing.
Yeah, could be. Right
Yeah.
on. Okay, so then having the guitar in grade 5 and like having vocal training and everything, when did you start like writing your own music, like doing your own stuff? Or was that like right from the hop or?
No, it took me a while to start writing songs. I feel like it's something that it never really came easily to me. I didn't do it a lot when I was younger. I did like the odd song here and there. I remember just kind of through pandemic times, my parents were going back watching a bunch of home videos, and there's a video of me in our living room singing this song that I wrote called "The Sun Is Rising," I think when I'm like 7 or 8 years old.
Oh,
So
nice.
I mean, I dabbled in it, but I definitely wasn't pumping out a bunch of songs when I was younger. I feel like that really didn't start until like university. Even through high school, I didn't do a whole lot. And if I did, I really didn't share anything. I think there was one competition that I did in high school. I think it was the Search for the Stars show that I auditioned with an original song, but it was something that was so new to me. Again, I'd been performing and singing for such a long time, so that I was fine with, but to do my own stuff, I was like, whoa, this is weird.
Right.
So that one, yeah, it took a little bit of time to kind of get comfortable with that. And I find that even now I'm starting to get more and more comfortable, but songwriting is definitely not something that really came early or easy to me.
Right.
Huh.
Did you find, I guess there would be like a drastic difference in singing somebody else's songs and then having to like go up and perform your own for the first time, right? Like a lot of nerves, and it's got to be a different feeling, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, when you're singing other people's songs, I know when I was younger, my whole plan and goal was to just execute those songs and to sing it well and connect with an audience. But then you start doing your own songs and you forget about trying to execute the song and have it sound good. You just think like, man, this is my own stuff. These are literally words from my diary. I hope that people like this. Maybe they can connect to it, maybe not. We'll see. So you never know what song is going to be a good one or that people are going to like or connect with. You know, it's easy to go on stage and sing a Carrie Underwood song that people love and they can sing along to the words, but yeah, it's a whole new ball game going out there doing something from yourself.
Original.
Yeah. So putting some pressure on yourself there when you write.
For sure.
Yeah. Interesting.
So had you heard her prior to Chesterfest or no?
Yes.
You have?
Yes. Were you nominated for, I'm going to say Sask Music Award last year?
Not Sask Music, but the SCMA. Actually ended up winning the Emerging Artist of the Year.
That's
Hey,
what it was. Yes.
nice.
Okay. So I've been following you for a while, and I tried to invite you a while ago, but somehow you didn't get my messages or whatever. Doesn't matter.
No,
And I was,
hey, that's been happening. Someone talked to me a little while ago and they're like, we sent you a message. We never heard from you. And I was like, first of all, sorry. I went through all of my DMs and things. I was like, I don't know where these messages are going. So sorry. I'm glad you guys got a hold of me.
no
I don't know
problem.
where these messages are they're just floating in
Vanishing.
Yeah, I need to contact Facebook or something and get that figured out.
Yeah. So
Right.
I heard about you there because I was following that. Then I started following you. And then I saw you at Chesterfest in PA this year. And then I sent you another message. You did get that one. And here we are.
And here we are.
Good.
How did you like your Chesterfest set?
Yeah, let's talk about
let's
that.
talk about that.
I wasn't there when this happened, but I want to hear all about it.
Yeah, Chesterfest was fun. Honestly, that's probably it's shows like that are kind of memorable and stick out to me. But for listeners that I guess don't know, I got to play Chesterfest, which is a couch and music festival that's been happening just outside of Prince Albert for the last couple of years. Super excited to be there. It was my first time actually at Chesterfest, and I think that they do such a good job at just keeping everything interesting, you know, between both of the stages. The schedule and everything is so just down to a T, and it's like there's music here, and when it's done, boom, there's music over here. So there's not really a time for dead space at all. So it was really cool. But anyways, I went to start my set, and I was just doing it acoustically. So it was just me and my guitar, and I was about halfway through, and everything goes dark. And my stage, the lights are gone, my microphone is off, like just everything's dead. And so I think I sang like another sentence, and I was just like, oh no, this is gone, it's not coming back. And so the guy who was working sound at my stage, he's actually one of my really good friends, Colin. And so he like ran up to the stage and he was like, we're gonna be dead for like 10 minutes. He was like, get on the grass and start singing. So I was like, okay. So I jumped off stage. I had these huge heels on and jumped off stage, and these heels are like sinking into the grass. So I kicked the shoes off, and I kind of just, there was a good crowd that was out there. So I kind of just yelled at everyone. I was like, everybody coming close, and we're doing this campfire style. So yeah, so we did a sing along to, I was trying to kind of switch my setup really quickly to think of something that would be fun for the audience at that point. So I ended up doing Jolene was my song out there. And so it's a song everybody kind of knows and it's fun to sing along with. So it was fun. So we all just kind of like, we had a sing along and it was really cool. And then I think at that point, the sound was back. I don't think the lights were up yet. So I was able to jump back onto stage, and it was really cool. People in the audience had their like phone lights out. So that was really cool, but I was able to finish off one more song there. So it was fun, you know, again, it's like, it's shows like that kind of make things memorable and exciting.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I know the backstory of why the power went out.
I was about to ask, like, because I don't remember a
It was
power
a
outage.
breaker, right? Because they put new lights on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was this huge power plant with bright lights behind the stage that would turn on when it started to get dark, so that the audience would have lights, but it wouldn't be in the artist's face.
Right.
So that got turned on, and people in the audience were like, well, the hell is that? That's too bright. Turn that shit off. So someone was like, okay, I'll turn it off. Went backstage, flipped the wrong breaker, turned everything off.
Oh, is that what
That's
happened?
what happened.
Yep.
Oh
And
no,
then-
I had no idea.
Yeah. And then he was like, well, I'll just turn it back on. Yeah, it doesn't work that way with
It's got to cool down, right?
well, I think it's the light board itself is like a computer, and that takes about 7 to 10 minutes to boot
To
up
reboot.
and have all the sequences back in order and stuff like that. So that's why the sound was back on quicker, because those are amps. Those are
Oh, so well, there's a little behind the scenes
Yeah.
info for those of you listening that were at Chesterfest. That's what went down.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Funny.
So- they turned on the sun and then they turned it off.
Yeah. Why you gotta label those breakers really good. I guess it was dark, you couldn't really tell,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's funny.
Somebody's too many
Yeah.
hands in the cookie jar, maybe.
Yeah.
I think so, because I don't even know if it was someone from the Chesterfest organization that turned it off.
That did it.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Some guy turned it off apparently. I
Someone-
don't know who it was.
Are you sure it wasn't a girl?
No, it was some guy. That's all I know. I don't know.
We'll find them
Shout
for
out to some guy. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on. No, I didn't get to see your set. I left after. Okay, I got to see Jake Vatalan and Saul the singer, and then I think there was Jake again because he did like two sets.
Yeah, it was Jake, and then he did a set with the local boys or the local group.
Yeah, and I think I left like right after that because
that was on the Saturday too, right? Because I know because Saul was performing on Saturday. I was on the Friday night.
Oh, so. Okay, yeah, and I wasn't even there on the Friday at all.
That checks out.
That's why I wouldn't have.
That's why I didn't have a clue what the hell was going on. There we go. Right on.
So, what kind of other shows have you been doing other than Chesterfest?
Or since Chesterfest, how about?
Or
Chesterfest. Okay, let me test my memory here. So I remember that was a really fun weekend because so Chesterfest was on Friday, but the Thursday prior to that, I was actually in North Battleford for a little kind of private outdoor show. So I had a North Battleford show and I got to travel to PA, and then on the Saturday, it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On the Saturday, I had a show back in Saskatoon, just another like a little acoustic set at a bar here. But anyways, that was a really fun week, and that was my first kind of like triple header, and it was so fun. I feel like I got like a little bit of an insight into like a traveling musician on tour, and it was so much fun. I thought it was so cool just to go kind of jump from place to place and play sets and kind of switch up songs and get ready and have different outfits for all the nights. And so yeah, that was a fun
sweet. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So that tells me that you're not a traveling artist then.
Not right now. I mean, like I've never gone on a tour before.
Okay.
So I've never done tour. I mean, I have shows that I travel for back and forth. I just typically they're not 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just my comparable to what a touring artist would be like.
Freaking right. I'm curious to know also, sorry, I might be bringing it back to Chesterfest here again, but how was it performing like back in Prince Albert again for you? Like having grown up in PA and then now you're in Saskatoon and then you get to go there and do that. How was that?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it's so cool to be back in your hometown. There were people there that, I like went to high school with, and it was so cool just to see them again and to be performing because I don't do many shows back in PA at all. And after I graduated from high school in Prince Albert, I was out in Calgary for 4 years. And then I moved to Saskatoon. So I've been gone for quite a while. And again, like I said, there's friends that I can go and check in with and say hi when I'm home for Christmas and stuff if it checks out with their schedules. But yeah, there's I definitely don't spend a lot of time there anymore, which is sad. So anyways, it's nice to kind of go back and be able to see familiar faces in the audience. It definitely kind of just, I don't know, brings you back to home.
So are you more comfortable performing in front of people you know or strangers?
Ooh.
Or does it even matter?
Probably, probably now it doesn't matter too much. I think strangers are always easier. I think it's always nerve-wracking when you have to do anything in front of your peers and like people that you know. And so I feel like I'm better with that now. It's kind of the same thing. I always used to say that I would rather perform for like a really big audience rather than like a really small one. But I've definitely noticed that over like the last year that I've gotten a lot better and more comfortable with performing for like a really small, intimate crowd.
Nice. It makes it more like personalized, right?
It is, yeah, which I kind of think it's fun now. Like say those little, I got to go do some like private outdoor little backyard shows, and they're fun. They're just, it's such a different thing from, being on stage with a full band with lights and everything like that. It just, it makes it just kind of, like I say, a little casual sit down with friends, singing some music and talk to people in between songs, and
heck yeah,
relaxed. Yeah.
I like watching those ones too, because like I said, it makes it feel like personal. Like it's like, oh, you're legitimately singing that to me. Like you're playing that for me and to me. Right. So yeah,
it feels like the girl that's on stage, I know her, and after this, we're going to hang out kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like she sings and then.
Yeah. And then you'll have a beer together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Those would be the shows, like, if I could go and see some artists, I mean, those are always fun ones to go to. You can kind of get little tidbits of extra, information about songs, or again, you just kind of feel like they're friends there doing their thing.
100%. Like since this show, getting to meet artists and musicians such as yourself, and then actually meeting you guys in person, it's like there's a little bit more of a connection there. So I kind of get that feeling like I'm in there. I'm not a musician. I don't play or sing or nothing. I just like talk to you guys and like consider you all my friends. So I love it. I feel like I'm in that world, but I'm not even a part of it. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
It's exciting.
I mean, there's the people like me that are on stage doing the song, but like I said, there's lots of people behind the scenes, working soundboards and working the doors for admissions, and the guys like you that are awesome enough to take time out of your schedule to chat with us. And it's just it's a never-ending community.
No doubt. Yeah, I've come to realize that for sure.
So, what drew you to Calgary?
Calgary, short answer, track and field.
Oh,
that's pretty much the
which event or events.
Do you guys know what the heptathlon is?
No.
Okay, I'm going to teach you something new. So anyways, I went to Calgary to be a heptathlete. I've done track and field for a really long time. Track kind of started taking over my life in high school, and it was kind of becoming just more my thing. I'd be traveling to do competitions and meets. I was in Saskatchewan lots. I travel around the province and out really across Canada to do meets and things like that. I got to go to PEI in, I think it was like 2009, 2012 or something like that. And so track and field is really a big thing for me. And once I was getting to my later high school stages, grade 11, grade 12, I started getting some offers to go and compete for university teams. So I was lucky enough to have some offers from some Div 1 schools in the States, and I took a few visits, and I always wanted to go to the States. That was my plan for university. I wanted to go down and do track and be in the NCAA on one of those teams. And so that's where I thought I was going to end up. Like I said, I took a couple of visits, and then I was introduced to the coach and the team from Calgary at the U of C. And I was invited down to a training camp with them in my grade 12 year in Arizona. And so I just got to spend time with them. We were down there, I think it was the first one was about 10 days, but was down in Arizona training with these other amazing Canadian heptathletes. Jessica Zelenko was one of the athletes down there. She's competed for Canada at the Olympics, I think 2 or 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And so the Calgary team that they had at U of C and the coach there, they were the group for Canadian for heptathletes in the nation. So I was able to go down and meet them. Still was thinking the States at that point, and then I was invited down to a second camp in Arizona with these girls and with the team, and it was kind of at that point that I was like, I think this is where I want to be. I feel really comfortable here, and I like what they have to offer. Love the coach, and my training partners too. So so I went to Calgary, and I competed as a dyno for my years when I was there, and started a degree in kinesiology.
I don't even know what that is.
Kinesiology?
Yeah. It's body parts.
Sure. Pretty much that's it in a nutshell. It's it's kind of just like the science of like human body.
So like instead of saying your wrist, it's like your metacarpals and your phalanges and stuff like that.
And that's it.
Okay.
So you can be a physiotherapist kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's kind of the route that people take to get into if they want to do physio, if they you can use kin for a lot of kind of different things.
Okay.
Field, but yeah.
Cool. Okay, so
hang on, I still don't know what
that's exactly what I was gonna say. I still don't know what that is yet.
Okay, so heptathlon is it's combined events in track and field. So for indoors, because we're in Canada, so we have our indoor seasons, which females compete in the pentathlon, and outdoors is the heptathlon. For men, indoors is a heptathlon and outdoors is a decathlon. So what this is it's a bunch of track and field events put into one competition. So heptathlon, hep7, so it's 7 events, and it happens over 2 days. So the events are, you start off with 100-meter hurdles, and then it's high jump, shot put, and the 200-meter sprint. And then you go to bed, wake up feeling nice and sore in the morning, and then get back onto the track and you do long jump, javelin, and you finish off with an 800-meter. And so so it's grueling, man, it's hard. So how it works with that, it's not necessarily your placing in each event, but every result from the events is equal to a certain score. So say if I cross the finish line in the at hurdles, let's say that I get, I don't know, 2nd place or something like that. But my specific time will give me, say, 1,002 points. So then literally every single possible score in every event has a it has a score that it goes along with, and then at the end of the 2 days everything's tallied up, and that's how you figure out your overall rankings.
So is the time after all the daily events are complete, or is it individual events? Like how long it takes you to do your 100-meter hurdles, or how long it takes you to do the high jump, or do you know what I mean?
Kind of. So you're everyone goes and does it at the same time. So you're in like heats, you're in races with girls. And
it's like one right after another?
Yeah,
like immediately?
Yeah, kind of. I think that the actual rules is that they have to give you like I think it's at least like 30 minutes after like the ending of the last event. But typically it's usually started like within the hour. To give you a little bit of time, depending on the competitions. I was actually able to go and compete for Team Canada down in Colombia for the heptathlon. And since that was a bigger international meet, there was a little bit more time. So we started early, but I remember our 200-meter at the end of that first day, I don't think we ran it until like 9:50 p.m. around 10 o'clock.
And what time do you start in the morning?
Again, it depends. I've had heps that start at like 7 a.m., 7:30. I've had heps that start at like 1 o'clock. So it kind of just depends on the meet schedule, how quickly everything goes.
Holy crap.
So is it possible to come in second in each event and still win?
Yes, if it's a different person, I guess, getting first. Does that make sense? So I guess if you were steadily getting 2nd place in every event, but the people around you, say the person that beat you in hurdles, really, really good hurler, but could not throw shot put at all. So that point loss would bump them down a lot more. So that's the thing with combined events. It's kind of like it's almost like the athletes that aren't good enough to be winning gold medals in like the 100 meters or 200 meters on their own, but they're still pretty good, and also they can long jump really well, and also they can run a pretty good 800. So it's kind of just like you need to be really, really steadily good at as much of those events as you can.
So you did that for 4 years in Alberta?
So I started the heptathlon when I was in like grade 12 here, and then that's what was kind of getting me some recruitment. I guess just noticed. And then I went to Calgary, and then I did it for 3 years in Calgary. And then my 4th year I took off. I was kind of wanting just a little bit of a change. And again, it's grueling on your body. So I just needed a little refresher. And then after that 4th year, that's when I did a transfer, and I moved to Saskatchewan and started school at the U of S and competed as a Husky for my last, I had 2 years of eligibility left to compete as a Husky. And I competed I wasn't doing combined events. I wasn't doing the heptathlon or pents anymore. I wanted to focus on sprint hurdles, hurdling, and those kind of speed power events like the 100 meters, long jumps. That's what I started doing in track and field before I kind of had some coaches say like, hey, you're pretty good at these, you should try the heptathlon. And I just really wanted to get back to those, singular events and be able to put all my time and effort into those. So that's what I did when I was back here.
Now, are you performing and songwriting at the time that you're doing all this too?
Not really. I mean, that was the whole thing when I was going to university. I was like, there's no way that I can be taking a degree, be a full-time athlete, try to work a little bit to make some money, and also try to make a music career.
Right.
So my plan was always to kind of get through school and then start really heavy into music. But I did things through university. I wrote a little bit here and there, and I had like my YouTube channel and Instagram, things like that, and I would post some cover videos and things like that every once in a while. And I also got to perform the national anthem at some of our Dinos games. So I got to do lots of the football games and some of the basketball games that we had. And I know one of our home openers that I did for the Dinos, I think they had like 7,500 people in attendance that game.
Holy smokes.
So it was so fun. So I mean, that's when I really I felt in my element, and it was cool being in university and being at Calgary like for track. It was cool to kind of have a mic back in my hand and be like, hey, like I also do this, and this is like also a really big part of my life. So I love those so much. I probably took it way too seriously, but I love going out to be able to sing the anthem.
That's awesome. I was just thinking of that, to how that would be like singing the anthem in front of everyone instead of like your original music or anything, you know.
It's just a cover.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's just here's my cover of the anthem.
I mean, everybody knows. Yeah, there's always lots of, I feel like, I know some other anthem singers might say that, but I feel like there's always pressure on it because it's like it's so simple, and it's something that everybody should know. But it's one of those things that's kind of just like sometimes in your head, you're just like, oh, I'm just going to like this line is just going to like poof. And yeah, and that's not cool. So yeah,
So,
they're definitely.
there's a girl from around the area here. Let's just keep it at that. She did the anthem for, I'm going to say, a Canadiens game, Montreal Canadiens against something.
Okay.
Anyway, and she forgot the lyrics of the anthem
of the
halfway
anthem.
in.
Okay.
Luckily, the crowd knew, so she just held up the microphone. Like, help me out here.
Yeah. For sure.
But here's, I have a theory on how that could happen, not just because of nerves or anything, but they're like it's constantly changing, right? Like it's half in English, half in French, and then now you don't sing the French part, but now it's back to English. But now it's like the back half is French, and
I'm
it's
not
like,
Canadian,
hey, make
so
up
I
your.
don't have to know.
It's in my opinion, it's always changing. There's an English, a French, and then a combined one. So like, which one are you doing?
Yeah, which is hard to keep up with. I took the easy way out. I only did it in English. I think there was a couple. I've done quite a bit of anthems. I used to do lots of them for WHL for the Raiders back home in PA.
Oh, sweet.
The first one I did for that, again, I don't know why my first ones are always these huge shows, but the first one I did, I was 8 years old, and it was the home opener, and it was like a packed house. And there's this picture of me. I have like little, really, really curly ringlet hair standing beside these two RCMP officers, like in mid-middle ice. And I just remember I was so scared. But yeah, it was really fun. But yeah, I feel for that when you say there's that girl that forgets the words. It's one of those things that you think you have. It's not like you really have to practice it too much, but it's nice when you have a crowd there and you can just let people help out.
No doubt. Heck yeah. No, that's freaking awesome.
Are you doing something with your kinesiology?
Did he even say that right? Did he say that right?
He got it right at the end.
Started off a little rough.
I have to check myself with it too. I have a hard, when I spell it, I have to go really slow. Honestly, not really. I coached track and field really through, I was also a coach for younger athletes and kind of the youth development programs through my university time, and did that for I guess a year and a little bit. I graduated in the fall of 2019, so I'm still pretty fresh out of school. But yeah, I was a coach for a few years, so I did that. I had a little bit of time that I spent like in some clinics kind of here and there, like through school. But yeah, I always wanted to do music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked coaching. That was something that I liked to do, but physio or something like that, it would have been more schooling for me to go into. And I just knew that I wanted to do music and give it a shot. And so yeah, it's funny now that I know people talk to me and they're like, oh, you have a kinesiology degree. What do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's, it's something that I'll always have. And if I ever need to or want to go back to doing something like that, it's there. So yeah.
Well, oh, for sure. And then you can draw, I'm guessing that you can draw a lot of inspiration for your music from the life experiences that you've had going to like those events and doing what you have done. Am I wrong?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always I compare it to track a lot, like track was my big thing. And even through school, I mean, I was I don't always like to say it, but I was probably an athlete first. That was my main goal. And competing, and our schedule was always the thing of importance for me. And I worked really hard, and I was lucky to go and win some multiple national medals. And so it was definitely a big thing for me. And yeah, I just think that it prepared me for the music industry, just in the way of knowing how to work hard at something, knowing that things don't happen overnight, knowing that there's going to be good days, there's going to be days that do not go your way. I had a lot of races that did not go my way. I had crappy practices, I had some bad experiences along the way, but I also had some really good ones. And track taught me a lot that I kind of take with me as a musician now. And just even dealing with like big competitions, like say when you step out onto that track and you're wearing the Canadian leaf, on your chest, and you
freaking rights.
have a job to do. And it's the same kind of type of nerves, you get when you step out on stage. And so I think that it was preparing me for this.
Right. That's awesome.
I'm thinking of, I had someone in mind that had the same experience as you did.
Like track?
No, just the whole, I've had pressure doing this before, so doing music is not a big deal. Was it a guest on the show? I don't know. I don't remember.
Maybe it could have been anybody really.
Yeah.
I almost said Saul, but no, I'm thinking of Kit maybe, because he was in the army. Look at that, Kemper's calling.
He knows you're here, right?
I know. He's supposed to be in bed. My son has that kid's messenger or whatever, and he's like constantly calling, FaceTiming me.
This episode of the Sit Down Podcast is brought to you by Inspired Vapor Company, which is a company that helps people stop smoking.
That's right, guys. If you're out there smoking and you're struggling, drop the darts. These guys, Blaine and Kevin Tates, who own the company, are there. They can answer any of your questions. They can help you transition from cigarettes to vaping and then to nothing. Couple of class act guys. I highly recommend you reach out to them. You can order online and have the product shipped right to you.
And they have 3 locations in Saskatchewan, one in Melfort, Prince Albert, and in Humboldt, but also online at inspiredvaporcompany.com.
That's right. So whether you're in the store or online purchases or making an online purchase, use the promo code Moose10 for 10% off, you guys. I happened to watch the video for Without You today. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done. The song was awesome. I really did enjoy it. And I kind of want to talk about that, filming that, because that came out in June or July, I think.
Yeah, I think it was July. Yeah.
Right. Can you tell me about the process of putting that video together?
Yeah, for sure. So the song came out at the end of May. And I knew that I wanted a video for this song. My first single that I put out, my debut single, Red, I put out a lyric video. And so I knew that I wanted to put out another video for this one. So I was kind of just searching for, some production companies here locally that I could film with. And I had met Saul through, we're all just in the same group of like friends of Saskatoon musicians. We're really good group, and I love that I'm a part of those people because they're just so fun to be with and to just create things with. But anyways, I was going to hang out with Saul one afternoon, and we were just talking about some music stuff. And I was telling him that I had this song that was coming out and I wanted to do a video for it. And at the time he was saying that him and Nova, who helped out with the video too, were wanting to start Millimedia. And we're just kind of starting to find some projects and see how to get their foot in the door for things. And so they said that they're like, hey, if you're interested in this, like, we'll give it a shot with you. And yeah, so kind of after that, we had another sit down and we kind of planned out. I told them kind of what my vision was for things, and we got some ideas from them. We went and kind of had like a test shoot day, but there's lots of stuff that actually changed with that video along the road to what the final product was. Originally, I guess the big thing, first of all, it was supposed to actually be the lyric video, and I guess at the end, when the video part of it was done and we were putting the lyrics into it, we kind of just thought that the lyrics were like a little distracting. And the video, I think that all of us kind of surprised ourselves with how good the video turned out. And I mean, we were super proud of it. And we are just like, I think that this can just be like the music video. So I mean, it went to that change. As you saw, it was the blue background and same outfit throughout the whole song. Originally we had like, I think I had 4 different outfits and 4 different like backdrop colors to shoot with it. And again, we kind of just, first of all, we took a lot of time trying to get, I think we got so excited and wanted to get like all the best shots. The blue was my favorite. Obviously the blue matches with the, it's the album art, and it's kind of just, if there's a color that goes with the song, it's kind of that blue mist color. Right. And so we ended up kind of just saying at the end, we're just like, no, I think that it's just gonna be nice, plain and simple. Keep the blue, keep the denim look for the whole thing. But yeah, I'm so happy with how that video turned out. It was so fun to do it with both Saul and Nova. And like I say, all of us were kind of experimenting with things as we went along. And I mean, those two they're close friends first. And I mean, I trusted those guys to, come up with a great finished product. And it was so fun filming it, and I was able to go and sit in with them and work on the edits together, which is really nice, which I appreciate too, because like I say, lots of, I like to be really hands-on when I do these things. When I did Red was just me and one other person. So, I mean, it was a team of 2 and I was sitting in for everything. I was, working with the edits and picking which shots go where and what lyrics come in at which points. So I like to be really hands-on, and they were super awesome and let me have a role in that. And so it was a lot of fun, and I'm happy with how the video turned out.
Heck yeah. And then they made you sweep after too. I saw that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we did sweep. We went outside for a little break, and my shoes, we drug some dirt and everything. And so I thought that was such a cool, we had like a bunch of like kind of blooper and behind the scene shots at the end. And we all just really liked that one. I think it was cool too, to kind of just show, I guess, the viewers like what we were working with when we shot it, that it was literally just done in a basement with like that little backdrop. And I mean, Saul and, they worked their magic to do all those post edits and things like that to make it look like we were in this huge room. And so we thought it was kind of a funny, cool little thing to keep in there at the end.
Yeah, I thought that was rad. I enjoyed it. Good,
I'm glad.
Yeah, I've watched it, so I can't.
You didn't see it yet?
No, I just saw her sweeping.
Oh.
That's the most exciting part. So
yeah, exactly. Well, Joe, so I generally don't watch YouTube videos.
Okay.
When it comes to music, I listen on Tidal. But he was like, "Hey, did you watch the video?" I'm like, "No." Saul is in there. Like, what? So he just showed me the shot where Saul is in the shot.
Yeah, I had no
where you were sweeping
inclination at all that like he had his fingers in that, you know what I mean? Until the end of the video, and I was like, I know that guy. Like, what the hell? It shows his face at the end. Had to get that little screenshot.
Totally, that's awesome. No, it's fun. Again, I wanted to keep that shot in there too. And I think the cool thing is kind of what the 3 of us took away from that too. We're just like, there's so many like large scale productions for videos that people do with literally a crew of like upwards to 100 people sometimes, and we're just like, this was the 3 of us. And I think that that's something that's really cool. And we all have different talents that we were able to bring to the table for this, and we wanted kind of people to see that at the end it was 3 people, 3 friends that made this.
Right.
So
I think the trust goes a long way, I think, in the industry, because it can be a very dog eat dog business. definitely out here. And so I think it's hard to find people you trust and who you work well with.
Yep.
Right. And I think in seeing that video and from hearing you talk, like definitely, I think that's something to not let go of for sure. You know, even if you guys move away and do your own things, like always keep what that connection that you have with them right now. Do you know what I mean? Like don't let that go, because there's magic there for sure. In my opinion.
Yeah, there is magic there. I mean, that's something that, I mean, Saul's such a cool person. I mean, even just, like, you guys know, talking to him is like, you could talk to him literally for hours and you just feel like he makes you so comfortable.
It's the realism, right?
It is the realism. Yeah.
Like, well, when he was here, after we were done recording the show, he was here for another hour.
Yeah, we were still shooting the shit for a while.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. It's not like, it wasn't fake. You know, I've seen a lot of fake people out there, and I feel like I can kind of sniff them out when I see them. So
yeah, that's something. Yeah, it's important to try to have that bit of a dog nose in this industry, you know, because there's unfortunately there are some people that don't have your best interests at heart. So so like I said, I hold the Sauls and Novas, and you know, my good friends here very close to me, and appreciate, you know, the true friendship that comes from working with them.
Same kind of topic, the song Without You. Can I get a little bit of a backstory on the song? Maybe I'm gonna just take a guess that it's about an old relationship, but maybe not.
We can say that. Yeah, I think that I wrote this song, man, I can't remember. I think it came out in 2020. So I wrote this in the summer of 2019. It was a year prior. Yeah, and I think that the easy thing for me, at least writing wise, is it's on relationships, and it's on love and heartbreak and breakups and things like that. You know, I think that it's something that everyone has gone through at some point in their life, and something that everybody can relate to. And I don't know if it's just me, but I love breakup songs. I just think that just the way that they pull on your heartstrings and they remind you of a certain person or time in your life. I just think that that's something that's really special, but they're really sad. And so I was like, I want to write a breakup song, but make it happy. And so that's kind of, you know, the overall tone of Without You. You know, it's just kind of talking about getting over that relationship and being able to get, you know, different parts of yourself in your life back that maybe you didn't have as much back then, and just being okay, you know, doing all those new things and having those new life adventures.
Right. And being better off, right?
Yeah, and better off. Yeah. Things happen for a second. Yeah.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say I love breakups. I'm like,
no, nobody does.
You do not want to be in a relationship with her.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, so
what's next?
What have you got going now? Like, if that video came out in July, then like, what are you currently working on right now?
Yeah. The last song was in July, so there should be something else coming up pretty soon. I'm back in the studio right now, which makes me so excited. I have some songs that I'm getting ready to release in the new year, and throughout 2022. I'm really excited for these tracks. I think that it's really going to show the world, just showcase me as I think just an artist that has a little bit under her belt now, and you know, has kind of experienced it, and you know, I think I have a little bit more confidence going forward with these. But I'm really excited for these tracks. There's 4 right now that I'm working on, possibly more. So yeah, so I'm excited. It's so fun being in the studio. I always say, like, secondary to being on stage and performing, because that's probably my favorite part of this whole thing. But I love being in the recording studio, and I love being in the vocal booth and creating something and seeing a song that was written, you know, in my bedroom come to life.
Right. Yeah. No doubt.
So how did you get to the studio that you're recording at now? Is it just a Google search and, okay, this is a recording studio in Saskatoon, let's call them up? Or no. is it, you know, people and...
Yeah, a little bit. So I'm working with Bart McKay. If you guys are aware of Bart, Bart's amazing. He's extremely talented. And he does a lot of, if you're in country music in, Saskatchewan, he's your guy. So we're very lucky to have him here in the city. But yeah, I'm recording with Bart, and I've never done a full track with him front to back. So he's the head guy on this project. And so I'm super excited to see how these tracks, come out and finish. And it's funny, I remember so many times being in university, like sitting in on kin lectures, and I would be like Googling his studio and looking at the pictures, and because it's a gorgeous studio, it's so nice. And I'd just be flipping through the gallery being like, one day I'll be here once I have this degree.
Sweet.
Cool.
I love how you envision that in the past. That's like freaking right. It's good for you.
Yeah, I'm working on a degree, but this is what I really want to do.
Yeah, I'm working on
like that.
breaking $1 million there. That might take a while.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, that was kind of the hard thing going through school. I'm really lucky that I had track and field, and that I had such a love and passion for athletics and doing that. Because yeah, there are lots of days that I was sitting in on lectures and studying for exams and doing things, and I was just like, man, I want to be on stage. And I had lots of friends that I had kind of grown up singing with, and some of them had taken off to Nashville. Some of them were were putting music out and things like that, and releasing their own music videos. And I was always just like, God, I want to do this so bad.
You're like, I gotta get up and do a 100-meter hurdle tomorrow morning. And
I know. Yeah. So I'm happy that I stuck out my degree. And I don't know if you guys have read, but I had a little bit of interest halfway through my degree when I was still in Calgary from a producer in Nashville to go down and do some recording with him. And it was so exciting. I remember the day that I got those messages, and I was so excited, but I think I kind of just once all the excitement from that kind of wore off, I was like, okay, let's actually think about this. And I was like, okay, so I'm in the middle of a degree. I'm going to go and record some songs, put them out. Then what am I going to do? I should probably go and tour and actually work on promoting this stuff, but I'm also going to be in school. And I also have, nationals for track coming up in a couple weeks. And I was just like, it's not my time right now.
Right. So do you still have that contact information? Like, how many years ago would that have been?
I think that was my third or fourth year in Calgary. So probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Would it be a bad idea to just like shoot that guy a message and be like, hey, I'm done school.
Yeah.
Here's my new YouTube video here.
Yeah,
new single.
probably not. Again, like I said, connections are such an important thing in this industry. I've never been to Nashville, and I want to go really bad. I'm kind of planning my first trip down, hopefully for the new year. That was the thing too, through school. I was like, if I go down to Nashville and experience this, I was like, I will definitely drop out of university and never go back.
Yeah.
So I was going to wait for this too. But for sure, I mean, it's just, I would love to go down there and connect with as many people as I can, and to go and like say, meet this guy in person and kind of say like, hey,
I think you should.
Yeah,
I would push you to do so. I don't see why you wouldn't do that.
What's the worst he's gonna say? You're too late. Okay, well now you know.
Exactly.
And then if he says that, is that somebody that you even really want to work with in the first place? Right?
Yeah.
Like, why was I good 4 years ago and not now? Like, what the hell?
I got better. What do you want?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? I say do it.
Yeah,
do it.
definitely. Mm-hmm.
Do it. And then once you do an album in Nashville and release it, make sure our names are on the back. Then we'll be happy.
and your first music video. Yeah, the first music video, you got to wear a Funky Moose t-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have to send me one.
I'm just kidding.
I'll do it.
We should do cowboy hats with Funky Moose logos on it.
That's not bad. That's pretty cool. Do you guys have merch? I haven't looked in. Do you guys have your own merch?
Yes.
There is, yeah.
Sick. Okay, cool.
Hey, you're not wearing
I'll
it.
trade you a Katelyn Lehner shirt for a Funky Moose shirt.
You have a hat.
Deal. It's
Okay.
a deal. I'll even trade you a podcast hoodie or something for one.
Amazing. Yeah, let's do it. Cool.
Yep.
I'll
I like
it.
We'll make something work.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other hard-hitting questions that I might have.
You sound like an interviewer.
Well, no.
Hit me.
We talked about the weather.
We did.
Sorry, do you guys have an open window? Is it getting worse? My window's closed, so I can't see. But
We're in the
It's
basement.
on that wall. I can't see it.
yeah,
And it's dark.
Yeah.
that's
I
fair.
can. Oh, no.
I don't expect that I'm going to be leaving the house in the next couple of days, so I will be here.
Is there, so I guess, okay, I thought of a question now.
Uh-oh.
So is the like music and the working in the studio currently, is that the 9 to 5 right now, or do you have like a job to pay the bills on top of the music career?
I quit my full-time job probably just
Yes.
Woo!
Congrats to that.
Thank you. Terrifying, so scary. I was like, yeah, I guess so. Sure. Yeah, I think, just with the plan for these releases in the new year, I want to put everything I have into these songs.
Heck yeah.
And I've wanted to do music my whole life, and I'm ready to jump in, and I want to be living that life, being able to go and do tours and play all the big festivals in the summer, and be able to go down to Nashville and have writing retreats down there. And that's the life I want. So, and it's hard, it's not easy. So, I mean, having a job on the side and everything like that, I just didn't feel like I'd be able to put my best foot forward. So I was like, no, this is the time. And there's a lot of work to do. I'm doing everything pretty much like on my own right now. I don't have management or anything like that. So, I mean, there's never any, I know there's never things that I can't be doing. I'm always trying to learn more about the industry, and there's so much information online, and like I say, podcasts to listen to, articles to read, YouTube videos and things like that. And
Exactly.
there's a never ending catalog of information that can be helpful. So yeah.
Great.
So full-time musician, it's fun. It's pretty exciting.
Freaking right.
Yeah.
So on the side of recording those tracks in studio right now, do you have any gigs like in the near to far future?
Yeah, I have a show next week actually planned. I'm going to be in Regina, so close to you guys. You should come out. I'm going to be at
we're actually the other way.
What do you mean?
Well, you guys could get there.
we're between Saskatoon and PA.
It's only Regina's only a 4-hour drive.
No, Bellevue.
Oh, I thought you guys were totally somewhere else. My bad. I don't know.
It's all good.
Weird.
Do you know where? You must know where Batoche is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like 10 minutes from Batoche.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Cool.
Yeah.
I remember going there for like elementary school. Field trip.
Right?
Really cool.
Freaking right.
Okay,
That's
cool. Okay,
anyway,
I won't Regina then. That would be a long trip. But yeah, I'm playing in Regina next week, and then I have some holiday shows that are coming up. Have some private shows here in the city. I'm playing at the Capitol for a little kind of Christmas thing. Yeah, they're with Cody Prevost. So I get to do that show, and just still currently trying to fill up my schedule and book some more.
I have a Cody Prevost's first CD autographed that I got when I was like 16, I think. I bet you I have that in storage. I should try and dig that out.
Cool.
We should have Cody on the show.
We probably could. He would have known my mom because of the Country North Show. So my mom used to sing and help like produce the Country North Show back in the day.
Oh, crazy.
And that's how, I don't think I ever met Cody. I think he just autographed one for me at some point.
Sweet.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. I reached out to ask if I could open for his show, but I was saying to him too, I was just like, man, I definitely remember you when I was like little doing shows like around PA, and him being at shows like that too. So like,
hell yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a full circle moment to go and be open.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited.
So you want to hear something else that's kind of cool? So Janelle's eye patch?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So her mom made the eye patch.
Okay.
That's all I know. That's all I know. When I told Janelle that you were our guest on this evening, she's like, "Oh, right on." She's like, "Her mom did my patch." I was like, "What? Like, how do you even know that?"
I talked to mom about that. I was just like, "You need to confirm this." Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, my mom's an optometrist, and so yeah, she's made a few. She's incredibly crafty too. She has her own kind of little spin-off thing that kind of started through COVID called Prairie Lane, but she does a lot of just home custom and built. I have lots of little like bags and kind of like toiletry things. And but yeah, she does eye patches, she does blankets, she does lots of little baby things too. So she's just a crafty woman overall.
So the eye patch with the bling bling diamonds on there that she was wearing for
yeah,
that was her.
If it has bling, it came from my mom.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture of it after.
Okay, do the end of the Without You video, when I turn around and I have the like blinged out jacket that has Without You on it. My mom did that and surprised me with it. I surprised her.
Shout out to mom. Right on.
That's awesome. Cool.
Heck yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't tell you.
Huh. Now you did.
I guess. Yeah, there we go.
You ever need an eye patch?
Yeah, I hope not.
Oh, I was gonna ask also. So like the little gigs around the city and stuff like that. Are you aware? I'm sure you are, of the curbside concerts. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, a little bit. I was doing a show with Nutrien for their fireworks. And anyways, I found out about it there. I kind of looked into it a little bit. But yeah, I know that it was kind of a big thing through COVID, people just going and doing.
That's for sure. That's when it all got started and everything. Yeah. Somebody, I forget the guy's name, Matt Masters out of Alberta.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Was the guy who started it up, and then it's just like it just blew up. Yeah. And it's like freaking Western Canada wide here.
So we had Romy on our show last week.
This week.
Right.
Yeah, the episode that dropped on yeah, this is so weird because we're like 2 weeks ahead here, but the episode that came out like on Monday was with Romy Mays, and she's in charge of it in Manitoba.
Oh, cool.
And she was saying that they want to take this, even if the pandemic is over or whatever over means, they want to continue doing this. Like they want to, it's a business and they want to keep it a business. Yeah. So
for performers who need shows and want to play, and I don't know the logistics of it, but I'm thinking you just basically sign up, and if you're like vetted or whatever, then you get to add it on the list. And if people basically can order you to go play a show at their driveway for however much money or do whatever. Yeah.
I saw that they're looking for artists in BC too now.
Really?
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be cool to kind of see what type of new pandemic trends will kind of stick even after when this is over done.
For sure. I think this is a really good one. I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I've been able to go and do a few of those little curbside kind of backyard concerts, and like they're so fun. It's just like you roll up with an amp and your equipment, and they're fun to do, and again they're just so personable and great for just any family gatherings, party, anything going on.
For sure and affordable. I think curbside like supplies all the like the amps and all the power, all that stuff, isn't it? Just like a stage that kind of pulls up. I don't know the logistics of it. I didn't look that deep into it, but I think so. Like they supply the artist with everything that they need. They basically book the gig for you. Or if somebody, let's say I want you to come play in Bellevue. So I would go on curbside concerts. I'd find your name. I'd click on you. And then for like however much it is, let's say it's $1,000 or whatever, then they would let you know, hey, you got a gig in Bellevue on this day at this time. And it's coordinated. And when you get there, everything's there for you. The stage, it's all set up. You basically just come, you play your set and go, and you get paid.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to look into that. Cause like I said, that'll be a thing that's going to be sticking around for a little while.
I think so too. And there's a list of, there's over 10 people in Saskatchewan on that list already. Like there's the North Sounds on there. Teresa Sakurka is on there. Who else did we see on there?
I don't remember.
Yeah, those two stood out to me for sure.
There's a good list.
Yeah.
Cool.
Food for thought.
So I have my guitar beside me. I'll play you guys.
Okay. I didn't want to ask because you didn't have. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's ready to go.
Well, in that case,
I'm prepared.
Yeah. So
do you want to play something?
Yeah. So 3 questions.
3 questions though. Do you guys want me to play right now, or do you want questions first?
if you want to play a song, I would be more than happy to listen.
Yeah.
More than
Joel
happy.
can wait with his 2 questions till after the song.
Okay. You can think those are the two final questions.
So know that it is a Zoom call for those of you at home too. This is, so like the quality isn't like studio quality. It's a Zoom call, but yeah, by all means, have at her.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek of one of the 4 songs that I'm recording right now to be released next year sometime. Okay, this is called 10 Bucks. You got a girl, you like me too, you love to play me like a fool, but I ain't down, so I called you out. You might be gone for a while, babe, but it won't be long. I'ma bet you 10 bucks he gon' call me in a week, saying that he couldn't sleep without me there. I'ma bet you 10 bucks he'll be down on his knees, saying, pretty baby, please come back to me. Well, I've been doing okay, and I think we're both better off this way. I'ma bet you 10 bucks that he won't agree. That's just more money in my pocket. You'll try your best, I'll give you that. You hold on hard after I've left, but I ain't down, and I see right through. I know the plan inside your head to bring me back to you. I'ma bet you 10 bucks he gon' call me in a week, saying that he couldn't sleep without me there. I'ma bet you 10 bucks he'll be down on his knees, saying, pretty baby, please come back to me. Well, I've been doing okay, and I think we're both better off this way. I'ma bet you 10 bucks that he won't agree. That's just more money in my pocket. Well, put your cards on the table, yeah, and look me in the eye. If you think that I'm bluffing, well, give me double or nothing, double or nothing, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. I'ma bet you 10 bucks he gon' call me in a week, saying that he couldn't sleep without me there. I'ma bet you 10 bucks he'll be down on his knees, saying, pretty baby, please come back to me. I'ma bet you 10 bucks he gon' call me in a week, saying that he couldn't sleep without me there. I'ma bet you 10 bucks he'll be down on his knees, saying, pretty baby, please come back to me. Well, I've been doing okay, and I think we're both better off this way. I'ma bet you 10 bucks that he won't agree. That's just more money in my pocket, money, money in my pocket. Woo. Now I'ma bet you 10 bucks. I'ma bet you 10 bucks. Yeah. I'ma bet you 10 bucks. 10 bucks.
Yeah.
Woo.
Screw
That
that
was-
guy.
Yeah,
Screw that
that was
guy.
good. I like that song.
Woo. Thank you so much.
Heck yeah.
I'm excited for that song. I'm excited to have that one come to life with a full band, and I've been playing that song. It's become a staple in my set list now, both acoustically and with a full band, and it's definitely a crowd favorite. I'm very pleased that people like it and are excited for it to be released. So yeah, I love that song.
Freaking
I like
right.
it. Yep.
Yay! I'm glad you
So-
guys like it. Thank you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yay.
When you're recording in the studio, then do you just like bring in other musicians to do like all the other parts, or how does that
Yeah.
work?
Yep, I do. Same with, so Bart has a group of musicians that he works with for most of his projects, that are very extremely talented and are able to show up and just listen to songs and get them on the first try. So yeah, so I have musicians that came in and are on my tracks with me, and yeah, because I can't do everything. And I'm usually, I play guitar, but I don't play on any of my records. I can do it to back myself up, but I will leave that to the pros.
So
that's
so you
good
don't play guitar on your songs, like on the recordings?
I don't. I haven't. Maybe that'll change. Maybe I will. Maybe on these songs, maybe I'll add something in just to say that I did.
You could when you have like a full album out there, you could do like one song of just you and the guitar.
That'd be cool. That's a cool idea.
Like a secret song. Remember the secret songs? Like at the end, you'd let it play like freaking 7 minutes after the last song.
I respect that though. Like because there are a lot of artists out there that can sing and they dabble on the guitar, and then when they make that album, they are dead set on I want to play guitar. And then once the album is done, you can actually hear that guitar playing is not that great.
Okay, good. Yeah.
You know? So
that's, I mean, yeah, I
if you know that of yourself, that I mean, you said it yourself. You're a vocalist first,
yeah,
and you also play guitar.
Yeah,
but I think that's a smart thing to do. To, like you said, leave the guitar playing to people that are guitar players first.
For sure. Yeah. There's people that, like you say, that's their number one thing that they do and that they're trained in and that they're amazing at. And yeah, that's their part of the album that they get to on.
That fucking song's gonna be stuck in my head all night now.
Yep.
Nice. That's what I want to hear. Good. Glad.
I enjoyed it.
You guys a sneak peek once I get some tracks back. Maybe we'll see.
And I bet you and I are gonna be.
We'll always be like, I'll bet you $10.
Bet you $10.
With my friends and like the people that have heard that song, it's just it's gonna be a running joke for a really long time. The song's not even out yet, but it is gonna be a joke.
That could be the name of this week's this episode.
Bet you $10.
I'll bet you $10.
$10. I like it.
That will be the title of the show.
Yeah, I like it. A little surprise at the end.
That's awesome. We kind of want more now.
For sure. I'll play until you guys tell me to stop. I'll do Without You. My current single. I'll plug this one a little bit too. This one, super excited that this is my first Billboard Canadian country charting top 80 song. This is my current song that's out right now, and it's called Without You. Rip all of the pages of my diary, delete the conversations from my memory. Oh boy, you're taking too much of my energy. Need to forget about you. I wish you were a night I don't remember. I wish I lost your number in September. When I said we first met, I'd say never and forget about you. You're calling me up, boy, I'm calling your bluff. Cause you haven't changed anything about you. What were you expecting me to do? Cause I like the way I am without you. Walking down the street in a better mood. I bought a new dress and pair of shoes. Dancing with my girls is what I need to do to forget about you. I took down every one of our photos. Only happy songs on the radio. Turn the volume up on an open road and forget about you. You're calling me up, boy, I'm calling your bluff. Cause you haven't changed anything about you. What were you expecting me to do? Cause I like the way I am without you. I could sit and reminisce about your touch and our first kiss, but you won't be the boy that I miss. No, no, no. No, no, no. You're
'cause I